Hello everyone, my name is Hunter Platt. This is my lovely wife, Callie. As you are aware, we are in the middle of a pandemic in regards to the coronavirus. With that being said, there has been a significant increase in the use of masks like this one and this one. Since so many people are using them, we thought it would be beneficial to share some tips on how to use your mask so they are as effective as possible in preventing the spread of COVID-19 and other viruses. However, if you choose to wear a mask, just be sure that it doesn't give you a false sense of security, because research still shows that hand washing and social distancing are the most effective ways to preventing the spread of COVID-19. Just a couple of disclaimers. Neither Callie or I are medical professionals whatsoever. All we did is we did some research and we took that information and consolidated it in this video for you to watch and learn. Number two, this is an old N95 mask that we had, and it's not sanitary, and this would not be used to prevent any spread of diseases. We are just using this for educational purposes. So first, we are going to show you how to properly put on your mask so that you prevent any cross-contamination. Make sure you properly wash your hands thoroughly for at least 20 to 30 seconds before putting on your mask. Touch the front of the mask as little as possible while putting it on. Don't ever touch the inside of the mask. Position the mask under your chin with the nose piece up. While holding the mask in place, pull the top strap over your head so it rests high on the back of your head. Pull the bottom strap over your head and position it around your neck and below your ears. If you have long hair, the strap must be positioned beneath your hair. Untwist the straps and position the mask low on your nose. Take 2 fingers and push down on the metal nose piece to conform to your face. Try to only touch the edges of the mask if you need to adjust to prevent any cross-contamination. Before you take off your mask or touch anything else, make sure to thoroughly wash your hands again for at least 20 to 30 seconds. To take off your mask, pull the bottom strap over your head. Maintain the hold on the first strap and use your other hand to pull the top strap over your head. Do not touch the front or the inside of the mask. Place the mask in a new and clean bag for reuse. Otherwise, discard it at the end of the day by sealing it in a Ziploc bag. Make sure to wash your hands thoroughly after removing your mask. Special care should be used no matter what kind of protective mask you are using, whether it's an N95 or a homemade mask like this one. Now, with that being said, don't let your face mask provide you with a false sense of security, because they are not always 100% effective, and their effectiveness depends on proper usage. Now, with that being said, we are going to demonstrate how to use the homemade mask that Callie has. Now, before we actually put it on, we actually want to make sure we wash our hands thoroughly, make sure that those are clean. Then we're going to take the mask, making sure that we don't touch the inside of the mask, and we're going to put it on her face and we're going to loop it around her ears. Now, once that's done, we want to make sure that we don't touch the front of the mask at all. You can use the edges to do adjustments if needed, but don't touch the front once it's in use. Now, before we take it off, we want to do the same thing with the N95. We want to wash our hands very thoroughly and make sure that we're clean. Then we're going to take the mask very carefully, make sure we're not touching any part of the mask, and we're going to either discard it in a specified bag for reuse, or we're going to put it in the trash can and throw it away, like so, and then provide ourselves with another mask that we would use in the future. So now we're going to talk about some common things to avoid while using your mask. The first one would be to not mix any of your masks together or with any items. That also would produce cross-contamination. The second one would be to not touch the inside of the mask at all while putting it on. Again, that defeats the purpose of being sanitized and making sure that you are clean from the virus. Now, the third one, to make sure that you don't take off the mask for any reason while you are out in public. That means no drinking, no eating. That defeats the purpose. You have now just contaminated your mask. Now, the fourth one would be to not touch the mask at all while taking it off. Again, you can do everything right in the very beginning, but if you are touching the mask and touching your face, especially if you don't wash your hands before, you are now contaminating yourself and others. And lastly, you don't want to share your mask with other people. This also defeats the purpose of this because you are now spreading COVID-19 or other viruses. With that being said, make sure that you follow those 5 common things to avoid so that you can prevent yourself from contaminating yourself and others. So now we're going to talk about the safest way to reuse your mask if you don't have any other sanitary masks available. One way to do this is you want to take your mask and you want to put it in its own designated bag. So far, research shows that the virus can survive on some surfaces up to 72 hours. Now, with that being said, you want to make sure that the mask is in the bag for at least 72 hours to make sure that the virus is no longer alive. Now, when it comes to homemade masks, what you can do is if it's cloth, you can throw it in the washing machine. This would be provide the same benefit as it would with throwing it in its own designated bag. If you go to reuse your mask, you want to make sure that it is not bent, wet, distorted, or contaminated, and if it is, you then want to discard it by putting it in its own separate bag and throwing it away. Some other sanitizing techniques that you can use to prevent the virus from coming inside your house include taking your shoes off outside before stepping inside your house. Now, if you want to be extra cautious, you can take a shallow pan and fill it with a thin layer of bleach. And what you do is you can take your shoe and you can layer it, the bottom of the shoe, with bleach to make sure that it kills the virus. Now, the second way, and probably the most obvious thing to do, is to make sure you wash your hands thoroughly before you do anything when you go inside your house. Don't pick your nose, don't go to bed, don't eat food, go to the bathroom, wash your hands thoroughly, and then you can go on with your day. Now, the third and probably most unconventional way to prevent the spread of the coronavirus is before you walk inside your house, is actually take off your clothes and to wash them immediately. Now, of course, if you are in a situation or you live in a house where you can't take them out outside because you're going to be able to moon your neighbor next door, what you can do is you can have a designated space inside your house where you can take your clothes off, put it in a designated basket to then throw them in the washing machine. Now, there is no reliable information out there that says that the coronavirus lives on fabric. Now, but if you want to be extra careful, you could follow these steps to prevent anything from coming inside your home. Thank you so much for watching. Again, the point of this video was to consolidate the information and research that we found in regards to the coronavirus and on the proper usage and reusage of these protective masks. If you have any other tips or advice on how to stay safe and sanitary, please let us know. But more importantly, be smart, be sanitary, and be safe. Thanks again for watching.